and the developing a compilation for various funding bodies and their formats and whether we are eligible or not. We need two names because it has to be that all the jobs cannot be done by two persons. It is everybody's participation is required. So those, and it's not that only principal should work. There any person who feels that he can contribute, she can contribute in this exercise. The total report which is available, that these are the funding agencies, will keep on adding there. These are the formats. As and when this facility or the new scheme comes, we can send on internet to our own sister institutes, look, here is an opportunity. We are thinking of some names, but it is that in lunch time we may interact, we can develop that few persons into a group, and by the time when we meet in panel discussion, that body is formally constituted to work.
And University of Mumbai, President Dr. Naresh Chandraji, the President of the Management of this college. First he has gone, Shanti Lalji, Chuniman, then Shri Upadhyayji, and the principal of this college. Perhaps you must have all, including myself, I must be in the situation where a teacher is teaching to the students, although we are all principals here. This kind of a situation not comes often in our life. A role from teacher to the student, it becomes very difficult. Then you just can't imagine about principal they are shifting from their principalship to the studentship. It's very difficult task, but at the same time, when Professor when Prakash was, and as to what exactly the education is, if your speech is to summarize, if I say that education, higher education especially, is means for equipping the students to become good surveyors, the students who have got a capacity to control, and the student who has got the capacity to impress upon. Surveying, that particular tool which empowers him to look at the society for its good things and the bad things and make his own judgment. Then he forms some other kind of a opinion and becomes capable of controlling certain things. And once he acquires the position of controlling certain things, I think that he creates an impression not only amongst those who live in, but on the rest of the world. I think that if this is the higher education which is meant for as far as students' community is concerned, I find you are really a student and a product of the higher education. You have not only surveyed the things which are happening in general in the field of education, but we have also acquired the wisdom. And therefore we are in a position to control the certain kind of a thing, and therefore we as a principal really got more held whatever thing that you are speaking to us. And since you acquired that control over us, of course it was nothing to be said about the kind of impression that you have produced on us. You have really impressed us, and I think this is what exactly the higher education is really required to do for their students. And the entire speech was focused around these are the things which are to be taken care of. Words may be different, but ideologically, in principle, we all agree. These are the areas on which you have focused your speech. For this matter, I would like to, on behalf of principals community, I would like to thank for your the speech that you have given, keynote address, which was really full of visitors. Once again, I thank you, sir. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor here also addressed with the problems that we are facing. Normally we have been made learn to there are two things which are to be decided. Some of the things they have to be decided which are taken care of immediately, short-term things. And there are so many things which have to be taken care of for the long term. We call it as the short-term planning and the long-term planning. Whatever things that our Vice Chancellor Sir has referred to, these are our immediate needs which are really to be really to be addressed. And these are the difficulties that we are facing. Ideologically, long-term planning is very essential on which Professor Rishi talked on. And that is the reason why everybody must be wondering as to what exactly the university would be doing as far as the finance to the institutions and the institutional development is concerned. We are all bound by this kind of thing. And exactly, our Pro-Vice Chancellor pointed out the areas in which we are facing the problems. At the same time, he and the Honorable Speaker pointed out certain suggestions. As far as the suggestion that the second suggestion that you have given, that is having the teacher has to have his own library. It's very good thing. Our university, this is just, it's not a thing of pride, but what actions our university is taking in this direction under the able leadership of our Vice Chancellor. We have got one particular scheme wherein if you buy books worth of rupees 1,000, then half of the price is being paid by the university. This is university as an institution doing an effort to make teachers know that how important it is to have a personal library. There are so many other suggestions that we have heard, and definitely to implementing all these suggestions. I would like to thank all of you because today I understand, today there is a holiday, but still then the issue at hand and the seminar for which it is being made, it is really very near and dear, and therefore, despite of having a holiday today, we have all gathered in large number. Without your coming over here, I think that the seminar has got less important. So therefore, I would like to thank all of you, and besides that, Rishi Infotec, which has put in efforts in making this seminar successful. I like to thank Rishi Infotec. With this, I would like to take your leave. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Ready?
Thank you. One minute. One more.
something, commit in mass, then that will become the rule. रायगड कधी आहे ना बघतो पाच पाच विद्यार्थी पाठवा शेवटची फाईल झाली की सांगा
सॉरी
ओके
नहीं हाँ झालं
Invitees, a very good afternoon all of you. On behalf of Rishi Infotec, I welcome you all and take this opportunity to thank President Dr. Naresh Chandra and Mrs. Nancy Jones of Principals Association for allowing us and giving us an opportunity to discuss and present aspects of educational resource plan. It is indeed privilege and I feel honored to share few words in the presence of all the heads of the institution who are senior and who are masters in their respective domain. We from information technology domain, we would like to share how IT can be used as an effective tool to understand all that resources which can be properly integrated and can be utilized to achieve that excellence which has been discussed in the morning. Rishi Infotec, an integrated IT solution company in the field of education, bioinformatics and engineering design services, having their offices in Jammu, Pune, Nasik and Mumbai. Keeping an objective of providing a cutting-edge tool to provide that engineering solution for planning resources effectively, we are here to present some of the aspects of the plan. The company is blessed with a team of engineers and management professionals having 120 months of experience in research, innovating and providing solutions of the industries in a different area. With this, I would like to share an experience in Bangalore in one of the IT events attended by me, where Honorable IT Commissioner Pramod Shivhaji was present as a chief guest and Honorable Prime Minister of England, Tony Blair. It was during a press conference when one of the foreign press reporters asked a question to Honorable Minister about India. What is the secret behind India to become an IT superpower by 2008? Our minister replied smilingly, looking at the reporters and the audience. I think we should salute all those three heroes who made India a much proud. He said, I must first thank an Indian who has discovered zero, where the computer languages uses zero as a binary bit. With the combination of 0 and 1, we develop a language or word. Right? Because of this language, computer understands the major functionality. So we, the 50% weightage goes to that person who has discovered zero. The second person I should thank, who has traveled across for business and identified, basically discovered America as a market for Indians. where 60% of exports from India on software, where we should join banking on today as on. And the third person looking at Tony Blair with a smiling face. Please do not misquote me. We should thank where the Britishers ruled India for 150 years and taught us English. And India is become the second largest country who speaks English. And all that software today is written in English. I think all these people are basically who are making India proud. We should salute these three persons who made us come to this stage. But remember, I should not forget the people who are already putting their efforts, the knowledge workers. The knowledge workers produced by the colleges, and you are the heads of it. I think we should salute you. And I should not forget, but I should reserve a salute for you that because of you, sir, we are here to practice IT and ensure how we can use IT as an effective tool. It is basically very important for us to understand how the planning can be done. Now, looking at the 2005, we were inspired by the speech of Dr. Prasad with his major concern areas which is required for excellence. In fact, we are honored and in fact, it's the first occasion of ours to really hear from his motivating lectures where how we begin from an IT background, how we can put in our efforts to help our education system to contribute effectively so that we face the challenges. Yes, we are ready to face the challenges. It is you who are helped us to come at this stage and yes, to make India a powerful software house by 2008. India needs your help. With this, let me introduce and welcome Mr. Yogesh Singh, an engineering graduate and a management professional, to throw some light on enterprise resource planning, the aspect, the benefits. Now, with this, we will understand how we can use an information technology as a tool to get it and achieve that excellence. Thank you very much. I request Mr. Yogesh to come on stage. Thank you.
Has driven us also to come to the education area when we are dealing with the corporates was education sector being opened after 1st Jan 2005 when India began signating the WTO and GATT agreements. So now friends, I know currently you are the experts in the education area with years of experience. Today what I am going to share with you or rather have a dialogue with you is discuss with you what is the impact that this tool, what we call it as enterprise resource planning, which we have acronymed as educational resource planning, can have on your educational organization. Currently, we have around 20 success stories in Bombay and around 50 to 60 successful implementation of this software all over. So, what is this education resource planning? So, start with what is education at all? How do we relate to the education? How do we start with it? Universities becoming industries. So how is this possible? Industries becoming universities. So industries, they themselves require an ongoing learning phase for their employees. So the industrial houses there itself, they have started. Now, suppose in Bombay itself you see L&T has its own training center where they train people on idea and polytechnic. Some industrial houses have started their own engineering college wherein they are absorbing those people. Management colleges, for instance, Mahindra and Mahindra. So industries becoming universities and universities becoming industries. Now I say in IIT, if you see the consultancy job that IIT makes every year has gone on crores of rupees now. They give a free hand to the professors to carry on consultancy jobs. They promote the consultancy jobs of the professors. In a similar way, there are various means or modes or methods through which an educational organization, if they do their SWOT analysis, we also have a model which enlists the strength of the organization depending on the strength of its people. So what are the areas in which an educational organization or the steps it can take? Third is what I just mentioned is JA. It's a junior achievement. Now what was shocking us during the course of the time was how come people in Israel and America are so much entrepreneurial in nature. It's one of the things that we have discovered by fluke was there's one small website which you all people can visit. It's called as ja.org, juniораchievement.org. And what was starting in this juniораchievement.org website was that people in Western countries, they impart entrepreneurial education to school children from class 5. From standard 5, entrepreneurship education is imparted to the school children. What was shocking was people who are in business, they only get teach them. The teacher were just the people who were in coordination with this. And there was a heap of people who were in business that they wanted to teach. So what was shocking me, how the people who are in business can spend so much time on the education institutions. Yeah, 5th, 6th, 7th class के बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए how are they spending so much of time? So I started interacting with those people. After interaction, what I came to know, a business person who was basically a chartered accountant, what he told me, the amount of time I teach going there in colleges, the return that I get are 10 times of that. Because when I teach students, they don't have a mental block in their head. They share very openly, they ask questions very openly. The way I get with them, the encouragement that I get being there is 10 times of that. Similarly, this other institution called as IIHT.org, the Institute of Achievement of Human Potential. This was formed by Glenn Owen. We have heard of Mahabharata also. I don't want to go into that. Why I am saying it, I want you people to see that. What is the potential that is available? This person has devised successful techniques since last 20 years wherein you can teach a child from day 1. Mind you can teach a child from day 1 and how much time it requires? 15 seconds, 3 times a day. So these are some of the things which are going on. I'll come back to my education risk planning just a minute. Okay, ERP is the latest hand solution that IT has lent to educational applications to streamline and integrate the operation process and information flows in the college to synergize its resources. What are the resources meant? Meant is students, teaching, non-teaching staff, material, what are the resources that you are using, material that you are having, money, how much is the funds, because it's always short of funds and short of funds. And third is machines, what are the machines that you are using? Through information. So we synergize all these resources through the information. The features of the ERP package that we have, it bridges the information gap across the organization, performs core activities that increases your service, thereby augmenting institute image. So IIT is a brand image now. IIM is a brand image. It was not by fluke that in a day IIT came into existence and they were world over known. They had given some input. Something has gone inside that has made that. So what are the things that you need to do or you should do rather to have the institute image? And facilities of the institutes. Wide integrated information system covering functional areas, that is accounting, HR. Mr. Kulkarni, who is our technical expert, will be explaining all this, and the government compliances or the NAG accreditation, whatever reports that you require. So what we say is, it's not a paperless system, but you can observe very less of paper in the office, with respect to stationery also. Next. So what are the top management benefits of utilizing this package? This has been proved. Most of the principals, there are 2-3 principals I have seen where they are using our package itself. They also know. Monitoring of the resources that they use. Identify trends and patterns. Trends and patterns means there are even analysis model which we have which can gauge how the professor is performing, how a particular professor is conducting whatever is there, or how one particular class is performing, or what is the extracurricular activities, or you can say cultural activities that the particular class is doing. Helping in long and medium term academic planning, enabling change management. Now, this is a very particular funny thing, Most of us don't like to change. So people by nature, by default, they don't like to change. But we are not here to change them. The software itself is not going to change the institute. What we are telling you, you change the way you do the work. The software can enhance only when if you change the way in which you are doing the work. So we just want a change there, not to change the person. Quicker response to students' wishes. Now students' wishes have not been academic wishes, whatever they want, maybe an implant training or maybe visits to the institutes, whatever academic enhancements that they want. This improves the service levels, which also results in the reduction in cost. in most of the cases, the return on investment that the people have invested on a software and they have received is 4 months. You will be shocked to know that within 4 months, people have recovered the money that they have invested in the software. No doubt they had worked in that direction. So what are the advantages to the employees? Employees, I mean the lecturers, teaching as well as non-teaching staff. So one-time data entry at the point of origin. Wherever the first time the data comes, that is the one-time data entry that's required. Meaningful information for decision making. So it helps for you in decision making. What are the decisions that you need to take, how to take that. So minimizing searching of information. You don't have to go here and there for the information. All information required to the principal is available on the desktop of any particular class, person or professor. Everything is that available in student search. Reducing the manual work, helping short-term admin, planning and reporting, automation of routine clerical activities, optimization across departments. If two departments are placed at physical vicinity, you don't have to go at one another. You can pass on the message from there itself. Rather than local customization. Least training time in case of lateral internal transfer. Suppose there are a group of colleges where they transfer person from one department to another department. So in that case, what we are telling that is no, we don't say that there is no need for training, but least training time because a person when is adapted to software, he can have that. The next. The reports. Mr. Kulkarni will explain in detail what are the reports. What I mean to say that whatever reports that are there are around 800 reports that can be generated through this. What we want to say is that total knowledge of the database is provided to the user, and the user with the use of state-of-art English query language. So we can have n number of reports that we want. These are some of the advantages which the software has, as I've already explained. Next. You can see this principal, the staff, the head of the department, these are the resources, these are the other departments. We can have a total centralized system when we have them. Next. So what I mean to say is right from the admission of a student, displaying his merit list to the till the student gets his transfer certificate or the time the employee, teaching or non-teaching staff joins the institute till he retires, till his exit from the organization. All the things can be had in the software. So after ERP implementation, what will the thing? Principal, HOD or registrar or OS or what staff members. So this is the revenues, expenses, budgetary controls, vendor payables, general. All this information will be available at your fingertips. Next. Now I want to talk about training, support and after sales. So systems don't make your institute successful. It's the people of the institute who do. Helping your student and staff to be successful is our ultimate goal. Some training is recommended. No doubt we don't say that training is not required. People don't have a hang up of using the systems or computers. So some training, initial training is required, which starts during your software implementation, 1 year warranty support and the support that we are talking about. Mr. Kulkarni will take over for the technical session. Thank you.
Library, workload, n number of modules are there. I'll show you only one module in say 10 minutes and describe other modules in very short time. So let's begin with the student administration module. See, every module has a security level that the administrator of the college can set the security person who what he want to use. He has a restriction that he can use only a particular thing in a module or a module itself. Now we begin with the student administration module, the merit list. I'll tell you the flow, how the package functions. It functions according to your functionality. It starts with the merit list. Now see, every college, when we go to various colleges, they say we have a different type of merit list form. Now for that also what we have designed, you set your merit list form according to your college requirement. Don't call the software vendors to change the application merit list form. This can be set by the college itself. Then even the admission form, every college has a separate different type of admission form. This can be also set by the college itself. Admission form, merit list form, all these comes in settings. See, the fields which you don't want, just don't click it. The fields which you want, click them, it will appear automatically on the admission form. Now actually the process starts with the merit list. Now in merit list, what the college do, they call for the applications. Now this application, the student fills the application, merit list application form, submit to the college. We have proved that in 3 days, more than 12,000 applications were processed, and first merit list, second merit list, third merit list was displayed in one of the college from Mumbai University. So applications for merit list are taken. Merit list selection is done in this way. It is done in a very simple way. Select the student or students and say add to merit list. It will add all the students to the merit list. You can display merit list according to category wise, cumulative, different caste type. So according to the rules, government rules or university rules, you can display the merit list, and it has been proved that more than 12,000 merit list forms were processed in one of the college of Mumbai. Then after merit list selection, then comes after merit list selection, okay. After merit list selection, students come with the admission form and he do the receipt printing. Now, for receipt printing, initially you have to set all the fees items in your college, the fees classification of every class, fees items of your college you have to define. See, nothing is fixed in the software, it is a parameterized software. You can change anything according to your requirements. Then fees classification is done. Now, fees classification for every class, every concession is set over here. Then, across colleges are using this software. It has been proved that within 50 seconds, the student leaves the counter. And once the fees receipt printing is over, directly the clerk can go for the daily fees collection reports, and he can print n number of reports from it. So actually what the flow is: collection of the merit list application, selection of merit, then receipt printing, then filling of admission form. That's all.
We also conduct bioinformatics courses. The amount of inquiries that we are receiving from the colleges and the amount of BMS students that are coming us for the implant training with the colleges has seen a sudden surge in all those activities. So whatever was told earlier, we are there to perform in partnership with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Request guys to have their credit card, the applications which we at provide demonstrate, which will be collected in a wide achievement user. Thank you.
May I request Professor Prakash? In the meantime, Mr. Nancy Rose, our shawl, bouquet, at 4:10. The total program will be planned for 15. You must be ready to go. The slips are given. To Rishi Infotec, and that slip is different. The slip can be taken from the pair, and a question can be taken to Dr. Prakash. So maybe that answering will be easier. I request Dr. Kohli, Dr. Bansi, two names. One was Professor Shivari, who has expressed his willingness to work on that compiling all funding agencies at one place and trying to give a support or a working for so that it can be smoother. The other name has come, Dr. Usha Mukundan, and Principal Cardiac Surgeon Dr. Mahajan. She is not here, but she will be joining. Professor Shivari, Dr. Mahajan, Dr. Mashekar, and Dr. Usha. As it moves further, we will take future course of action. Question slips are ready. To Professor Prakash.
Question to Dr. Prakash will be taken up first. And then it is for
I am using the time because the morning we would not say it is a diamond jubilee celebration of the college. So we all wish the college best of the activities.
मुंबई हाईकोर्ट ने एक फैसला किया है 18 अप्रैल 2002 कि महाराष्ट्र शासन ने एक GR निकाला गवर्नमेंट रेजोल्यूशन कि those who appointed after 19 September 91 यूजीसी का नोटिफिकेशन है कि सेटमेंट इज कंपल्सरी फॉर दैट। लेकिन यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ स्टेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र में एक 95 में GR निकाला गवर्नमेंट रेजोल्यूशन कि दे कैन acquire state or ऐसा कुछ लिखा आपने कोर्ट में मैटर करा और कोर्ट ने डिसीजन दिया 18 अप्रैल कि यूजीसी क्वालिफिकेशन इज कंपल्सरी मैंडेटरी टू ऑल। देन 18 अक्टूबर 2001 को एक गवर्नमेंट रेजोल्यूशन आया कि दे शुड एक्वायर द स्टेटमेंट क्वालिफिकेशन बाय द एंड ऑफ डिसेंबर। अगर कोर्ट का डिसीजन है कि द यूनिवर्सिटी शुड कलेक्ट द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द कॉलेजेस, they should submit the information to the state of Maharashtra within 4 months, and the UGC will take the decision after 4 months. That 12 month period was there. University of Mumbai and state of Maharashtra ने UGC को ये सबमिट किया है regarding the relaxation of the statement to appointed after 19 September 91 to 11th December 99. एक क्वेश्चन है कि whether the UGC will relax the qualification. दूसरा एक कि यूजीसी ने अभी those who submitted the PhD thesis by the end of December 2002, they are exempted from the statement. But the basic question is those who appointed prior to 18 September 91, the MPhil was compulsory. Now, those who submitted the PhD, they are exempted from the net set, but those who have not completed the MPhil, because according to my knowledge, the PhD is not a substitute of the MPhil. PhD is PhD, MPhil is MPhil. So those who have not completed the MPhil, 18 September 91, the university will relax the exam date from the statement.
Of first installment. The question is not properly worded, but I could presume that it is like this, that if there is some surplus in the first installment, whether that surplus would be utilized for subsequent activities and the money could be adjusted against the second installment. Is it like that? And also to the individual colleges, have you received wherein I have requested that you are kindly requested to submit the utilization certificate, and this is how we can, the second installment, the subsequent installment is subject to the submission of the utilization certificate for the first installment, and this has been done as a result of the directive from the Honorable High Court of Delhi. The Secretary, Ministry of Finance had to submit an affidavit
the government would not release subsequent installment unless it receives the utilization certificate for the first installment. So we have no other option, and therefore if we wish to protect our institutions from financial hardships, you are requested to kindly submit the utilization certificate. Yeah, the decision that UGC is going to identify colleges with potential for excellence. So somebody is questioning as to how we have decided that we are going to give this benefit only to 150 colleges. It depends upon the weight of your wealth. So the money earmarked under this scheme is only this much. You have a NAC accredited institution and it has been accorded the highest grade. If it is an autonomous institution, NAC accredited plus autonomous, then this college is going to receive an additional assistance of 1 crore. And besides 1 crore, this college is also going to receive the assistance at the rate of 12 lakhs per year for 6 years because of the status of autonomous, and therefore you are going to receive big money, 1 crore plus 72 lakhs. And since under each head there is a limit, which is why it has been decided that in the 10th five-year plan we are going to identify 150 colleges with potential for excellence. Like 5 universities have already been identified, 12 more are to be identified. Each university is going to get an additional assistance of 30 crores. So that is the criteria. I mean, the criteria is determined on the basis of the money available under this scheme. For the teachers in autonomous college is concerned, it will continue to be the responsibility of the state government. You need not worry about it. See, as an autonomous institution, you are getting additional assistance from the UGC, yet you remain the responsibility of the state government. So you should not worry about the salary of the teachers. Any subject of study, that person is not at all entitled to write NAC or SLAT. You have various heads. UGC is not all that rigid. You can always request for the reappropriation of funds from one scheme to another scheme depending upon your requirement. And if you have not asked for the computerization of the library, then you can very well request it and the money would be adjusted from the allocation that has been awarded to your institution. Then you said that the poorest of the poor should get the benefit of higher education. Now the colleges and rural areas will be able to get their funds. Yeah. Colleges located in the backward areas, we are coming up with a scheme wherein up to 10 lakhs could be provided to an institution which is located in the backward area, and the determination of the backward area would be by employing the criteria that the planning commission has developed. So any institution which is located in a backward area, according to the planning commission criteria, that institution will receive an additional funding up to 10 lakhs. This is for this. And then if an institution is a young institution which has been set up in the 9th five-year plan, that institution can also approach the UGC for additional financial assistance because we have decided to give